All right, we should be live. Should be locked and loaded here. All right. Let me open up YouTube here so I can read chat, see what's going on. Yep, there we go. All right, yep, we're live. What's up, everyone? How's it going? We got some severe weather, an early morning of severe weather. We got Karina here from Janesville. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. I don't know why my GPS says I'm in Kleiman. I am not in Kleiman, but oh well. Yeah, we got 2 rounds of storms. We got round 1 near Madison right now. We got another storm behind that one. It is a messy day of weather for Wisconsin. That's gonna be the theme. So we're making our way out there and seeing what we get. I think I might move south because I was gonna head to that northern one, but it's just not looking too interesting. That southern one looks like it has more of a punch, so I might head towards Stoughton. Let's see, where's somewhere with a river crossing? Stoughton has a river crossing. We'll go out here. All right. All right, we are locked in. On the move. Yeah. Appreciate all you guys for tuning in this morning. Got Logan in here. Good morning, Logan. Good to see you. Worried about later? Yeah, later this afternoon could get interesting. Right now, I'm just it all depends on how these morning storms behave, and right now they're quite a bit stronger than was forecasted, so that might dampen the severe weather potential later on in the day, but we'll see what happens. I've had days where you get morning storms, it's cloudy all day, and then there's still severe weather, so. Yeah, we have 2-inch hail warned for, or the watch, we have a severe thunderstorm watch. That's mentioning 2-inch hail, and we had 2-inch diameter hail observed near Dodgeville. This is a very destructive thunderstorm with very, very large hail. So definitely something you're gonna wanna take seriously. Yeah, we're just moving into position now. Hopefully today I'm testing out some new behind the scenes. I'm testing out some new software within the car to power the live stream, so hopefully we're not having as many connection issues. So hopefully that all works good today. Of course, right as I say that, the connection gets a little wonky, but should fix itself. But yeah, we're dialed in. This could be a pretty good hailstorm. Yeah. Live stream's running, everything's working, we're making our way west. Yeah, 2-inch diameter hail is not something to take lightly. This thing is gonna be mean. I mean, if your car is out in this, it's gonna have a bad time. My plan is to try to stay in front of this for as long as I can, then once we're losing the race, we're gonna find a gas station or some awning somewhere where we're not in the big hail, and down and ride it out. Hoping it'll miss Janesville. Unfortunately, it looks like it's on a pretty straight path towards the northern side of town. So you're gonna wanna be ready for this thing. I think it's the like southernmost half of this storm is just gonna skim the Illinois border. So Janesville is another community that's kind of dead on the track for this hailstorm. Got Caleb in here. How are these storms still going? Lots of instability elevated off the surface. These storms are what we call elevated storms. They're not latched onto the surface conditions at all. They're getting all their fuel from a few thousand feet off the ground, and there's still some instability remaining up there. So that's what's powering these things. All right, I need my GPS here. Speaking of GPS, the GPS overlay hasn't updated. I don't know why it's being so funky. Should start updating soon. Let me try turning it off and then on and see if that'll fix the GPS update issue. Did we have any more significant tornadoes last night after the tornado emergency? I am not sure. I was in bed early because I had to be up early today. So after that tornado, I was not really paying a whole lot of attention to the rest of the weather that was going on. I was in my bed. Day one update, we're on the very edge of the tornado risk. I wouldn't be surprised if that stays. I mean, the tornado threat for Wisconsin is pretty conditional. So it's all depends on how these storms behave. And right now they're a bit stronger and a bit larger than what was forecasted, so that might serve to help Wisconsin this afternoon, kind of keep us out of the risk for more storms. But definitely still something to keep an eye on. I think for Wisconsin this afternoon, I am leaning towards more of a hail and wind risk. If any storms do happen, I'm not leaning too heavily on a tornado threat just because of that question of will the fuel we need actually get here? But you never know. It's worth paying attention to, but I'm not overly concerned about a tornado risk this afternoon, at least for Wisconsin. Make sure our roof camera is all locked in. Look at that nice pretty sunrise behind us as we make our way towards these storms. And yeah, for all you guys who are new to the channel this morning, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, as we are the only people live in the field covering this storm. I mean, not even the news stations have people out on this thing, so you're gonna get a one-of-a-kind look at this thing. I'm sure if you pay attention, you'll see some lightning flashes in the skies up ahead. I mean, this storm system is a beast. This is going to be one of the nastier storms we've gotten. Now, let me pan the show you guys what's happening off over to our right here. We got a pretty sunset or sunrise. Check that out. The calm before the storm. couple miles until our south turn. And that'll take us right into the mouth of this thing. Dash camera's in focus. Yeah, that's locked in. Everything's all locked in. We are 100% dialed in today. Switch back to our dash cam here. Apparently we had a report of baseball-sized hail out of Platteville, Wisconsin. That's what one of my other storm chasing buddies just told me. So this is the real deal. This is a damaging, destructive hailstorm. It's not too often Wisconsin get these, but they do happen. And today is that day. So if you have access to a garage, move your car into a garage. If you have loose lawn furniture outside, bring that inside. If you don't have access to a garage, move your car under an awning, maybe put a mattress over it, tie that down. I mean, this thing is going to be ripping through. And of course, with big hail like this, you do not want to be near windows because it is going to mess you up. We got yeah, the new severe thunderstorm warning is giant. This Madison, Wisconsin is about to get absolutely clobbered by this thing. If you are in Madison, 2-inch diameter hail heading towards Madison. We have 2-inch diameter hail heading towards Postville. We've had reports now of hailstones up to baseball size. I mean, this is a ripper. Post out. Here, I'm gonna mute my mic really quickly. I gotta make a phone call and I'll be right back. All right, apologies about that. I had to make a quick phone call really quickly. So we will see what happens, see what we get. All right. All right, will this make it to Kenosha? This could make it to Kenosha. It's been maintaining itself for a while. So yeah. And we have another round of storms behind this one. Similar thing, large hail is possible with that, but I think this is our main hazard as of right now, this storm that we're heading towards. Give this dude a raise, he's the only one out chasing. Appreciate that. That's what I do. When storms are threatening Wisconsin, I'm there. I want to make sure you guys can see what's going on. Don't want to leave y'all in the dark with something like this rolling through. Yeah, this is going to be nasty. Could get ugly. That's for sure. We might play the northern end of it just because, one, I'm concerned about all of our equipment with the big hail. I mean, it all can take a pretty good beating, but a baseball would do it in. So we may stay to the northern end of this thing where it looks like the hail threat may not be as bad, but still possible. I think that very southern end heading towards Janesville really has the look of big hail. For this afternoon, I'm going to book it down to south, like central Illinois. I'm thinking about it. I am considering it. I want to kind of see what happens with this morning round of storms, just because that's going to be the determining factor. So depending on how things go up here, I might move south towards that southern end of the target down in Illinois. Are these storms moving east? Yep, they're moving east. They are east movers. Due east, pretty much. And also, if you guys are on the stream, be sure to share it around, because people are going to have to see what's heading their way. You don't want to get caught off guard with something like this moving in. So yeah, share the stream, and to hit the like and subscribe button, because that supports us. Makes it so these trips are possible. I mean, there's no other chasers live on this storm today. I'm trying to keep y'all covered, and your support makes that possible. Wants to have some hailers down there. I saw that this morning. It fires a couple cells in northern Illinois, central Illinois, along that area, kind of near Peru. Trooper sitting up here. All right. Wow, this storm is a behemoth. That's the only word I have to describe it. It is Big storm. Chat. Only a few miles north here right now. See, we got Mark in here. Love the smell of thunderstorms in the morning. This thunderstorm is going to have an interesting smell considering it's producing 2-inch diameter hail. Is pretty though. I mean, if I switch back to the roof camera, you can see that shelf cloud dust. Already starting to see signs of this storm. I mean, we're on the northern side of it. We're working our way south towards the bigger impacts. Baraboo gonna be okay for the rest of the day or no? I think Baraboo is still under that severe thunderstorm warning, and we do have another round behind this one. I think that kind of it looks like Baraboo is just gonna kind of get grazed by the storm that's following this one. So it may not be a huge threat for Baraboo this morning, but the potential is there this afternoon, maybe, depending on how we can clear out after this initial line of storms. So, should keep an eye on it, but I think Baraboo, as of right now, is just skirting past the worst of this storm. But this afternoon is going to be something to watch. See that those low-hanging clouds behind us. That's what that very northern end of this storm. And if you look out if I switch back to the dash cam here, I mean, we're going to turn here, and you can already start to see the dark skies of this storm as it's approaching. You can kind of see the top of our leading edge of this thing, that shelf cloud that we look for with these big lines of storms. Yeah, this is this storm has some teeth. It's going to be very interesting to get in front of this. And that was my exit. Oops. Okay, I'll take the next one. This one a few miles ahead. Take. Not a huge deal. Yeah. I also got to be proactive with the river. There is a river crossing, and I don't want to get slowed down by it, especially with big hail. The last thing I want is to get slowed down with 2-inch diameter hail hot on my tail. So we just got to be proactive of how we move around this thing. Because not only is it dangerous for you guys, or also is the threat for me, because we have some, like I said earlier, all the equipment on the roof is pretty weatherized, so it can take a pounding, but mean, a hailstone 2 inches or greater, that's gonna cause some problems. Don't be cursed like Connor a couple weeks ago. He hit a deer yesterday? I didn't know that. I knew he lost his windshield. I didn't know he hit a deer yesterday. That's a bad day. Can I take this road? Keep moving. How fast is this storm moving? Last I checked, or last I saw, it was moving, what, 50? This storm is cruising northeast at 70 miles per hour. I'm honest, okay, that might be a bit quick. What we might do is we may flip around and head towards Lake Mills, because then we have the interstate there. Then we're not in so much of a race to keep in front of this thing. And we have the interstate that we can play with. And also it's a bit more populated along there, so if we are in a situation where we need a gas station to duck and cover, we can do that. I mean, these county roads, they're good, but 70 miles per hour storm motion, that is fast. Very, very fast. Up to this next kind of intersection up here, and we might turn off and assess. Right now we are kind of dead in the bullseye of this thing, right in the center. Exit is coming up. Wonder what it looks like behind us. Let's check it out. Yeah, still looks ominous out there. I mean, it looks more ominous in front of us. Because, I mean, that's it right there. That's the storm. That is it. We're near Fort Atkinson right now. Yeah, that's the front of our storm up in front of us. It's kind of in the haze, but that's where we're watching. I think heading back to the interstate is going to be our play. We're going to have a hard time staying in front of it if we're on these rural county roads. Take this exit here, and then we will get turned around and head back up towards the towards I-94. And there's a lot of towns in the way of this thing. Stoughton, you're up next. Madison is about to be overtaken by this thing. Jefferson, Watertown, Whitewater. Oconomowoc, Delafield, Waukesha. Those are kind of the immediate towns that are downstream of this. And then later on, this will be heading towards Milwaukee. All right. Let's head back towards the interstate. Yeah, we're good. With a storm like this, you need good roads to keep you in front of it. And out here, the roads are not great, so I want the best possible road. Right now, the best available road to me is I-94. So that's gonna be what we use. Switch back up to our dome camera, panned off to our left side. There she is. That's the storm. Should have brought a ruler with me to measure these hailstones. I was gonna grab one, but I forgot. That's where it's going to be. It's going to be out there. Will this storm hit Milwaukee? Eventually it will be tracking towards Milwaukee. It's on that track. It's heading right down 94. Mike Rogers definitely dropping hail moving into Madison. Yeah, it looks like it. Curious to see how many hail reports we're going to get out of Madison this morning. Yeah, that's our storm back there. I mean, if I look in front of us too, the sky looks creepy. Creepy, creepy storm. What I might do is I might just plug like Waukesha into the GPS and we'll follow the storm down 94 towards Waukesha. Then eventually once we just run out of clearance, we'll hunker down. We got 42 people in here. Glad you guys are in here this morning. Appreciate all of you for tuning in. Got Tyler in here from Jefferson. Polar bear, what will be the bigger threat, wind or hail? Both. This storm is warned. I mean, the main hazard, the more significant hazard in the warning right now is the hail. This storm is warned for hail of 2 inches. And then we also do have damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour. So kind of a combo between the two. You're going to have the large hail, and then you're also going to have the strong winds driving those hailstones. So they're not just going to be falling straight down. They're going to be kind of moving at an angle. Got Mr. McKinney in here. Glad to see you in here this morning, Mr. McKinney. You're about to see some serious hail go down here. Will I be chasing this afternoon? If there are storms this afternoon, I'll be out there. Got Storm Spotter Sue, good to see you. We got our wonderful channel members here in chat. They make these streams possible. So shout out to our channel members here who are watching this morning. For all the new people tuning in to the stream right now, we have a destructive hailstorm moving through Wisconsin right now, producing stones of up to 2 inches, some just above 2 inches. Along with that, we also have 60-mile-per-hour winds that will be working their way through. So not only will you have those large hailstones, they're also going to be wind-driven. They're not just going to be falling straight down, they're going to be moving at an angle. So, something to be concerned about. No garage to protect your car. What you could do, since you said you were in Watertown still has a decent amount of time before this storm is moving through. You could go out and cover your car with something, a large blanket, kind of a large thick blanket, air mattress, something along those lines to provide some protection. My dad's in here. Hi, Dad. Your dad. I'm gonna make you a moderator. Yeah, we got Todd Bourdo in the stream today. My dad. He's holding down the fort back at home as this thing rolls through. We got Scooter Guy, who was tuned in for My Radar. We are live on the My Radar app today, so I'm sure there's a decent amount of people who are seeing us from there. Yeah, this morning we are live with Severe Studios, so you can watch us on the Severe Studios website, on YouTube, and on the My Radar app. We are on all those platforms today. We are locked in. My GPS. Here it is. Yeah, these highways are going to be our friend here. Ooh, big lightning bolt. We got Alan Crow with the $20 super chat. Appreciate you, Alan. Can we get some W's in chat? W's in chat for Alan for the super chat. Support like that is the reason we're able to get out and I can keep you guys covered when no one else is live on these things. Appreciate you, Alan. Yeah, let's get some W Allens in the chat here for that. Yeah, spam up those W's. We got, is that Mrs. McKinney? We got Mr. and Mrs. McKinney in the stream here today. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. And yeah, if you guys know people in the path of this thing, like I said earlier, share the stream. because as I've been saying, we're the only ones live here. I mean, even the local news stations here, they don't even have people live chasing this storm. We're the only chasers who are live covering this. So you are going to get one-of-a-kind live coverage for Wisconsin this morning. And getting the larger audience in here shows those news stations that we mean business. Wisconsinites want to see the storms. They don't just want to see a radar. Should I be worried? This storm is definitely going to be something to be concerned about. It is producing large hail, as we've been saying. There have been reports of hailstones 2 inches, some up to a little bit larger than 2 inches. So, yeah, this thing is packing a punch. You're going to want to be prepared, be ready for it. I have a feeling we are going to see that severe thunderstorm warning get extended here over the next few minutes. It is moving towards the edge of that warning box. Yeah, my dad just popped in 3-inch diameter hail reported near Janesville. This storm is still producing large hail. 3-inch diameter hail, that's about the size of a baseball. So, baseball-sized hail near Janesville. I would not be surprised if we see some type of a I know if we see a destructive severe thunderstorm warning come out, they do have the considerable damage tag on it right now. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets upgraded to a destructive severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, 2-inch diameter hail observed. They are keeping that considerable damage tag. So the warning has been upgraded from radar indicated 2-inch diameter hail to observed 2-inch diameter hail. So at some point, someone, well, as my dad just popped in and said, you heard, people are observing hailstones of 2 inches or larger. Yeah, Madison is almost out of the hail core. They're starting to work their way out of it. And next on deck, we're on deck for this thing. We're coming up towards it. Deerfield, Lake Mills, Sun Prairie, Watertown, Janesville, Oconomowoc. That's kind of the polygon of communities that are next on deck for this storm. So if you know people in those areas, let them know that this is coming. We're gonna find somewhere to stop up here because we're right near the interstate. I know there's a hill up here we can get a good view at. Yeah, we're gonna be using the interstate to play this storm just because it is moving pretty fast. I'd rather not get caught in it because that would mess up the car pretty good. So we're going to be using I-94 as kind of our main roadway to stay in front of this thing. All right, we're going to get out towards the countryside a little bit here and we'll get set up. Just got the hail in Madison, nothing too bad. Yeah, Dad's popping in. We have that severe thunderstorm warning was extended. We're gonna move up this hill and take up a post in front of this thing. Don't mess up the car. That's my plan. I'm not gonna mess up the car today. This car already has a few hail dents on it. Doesn't need any more. Yeah, we'll get up here. Wonder if we can, I'm gonna pull in this parking lot. This will be our spot to watch this. Or actually, yeah, let's pull in here. Let's pull in this driveway. This is gonna be our spot. We'll get flipped around here. Actually, can we go down this way? We'll head down this road. How about that? Looks like this is more of a driveway here. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Yeah. I think this is a great spot for us down in here. I think this is going to be our spot to watch this thing move in. Right here. So, at this point, it's just a waiting game now. It's not going to be much longer. I wonder if we have any, what reports we have from this. Yeah, there's hail reports from Madison. Hail reports from Madison seem to be on the lower end, at least just tapping through around a quarter of an inch. Farther south is where things get a little bigger. We do have reports now of hail of 1 inch east of Stoughton. We also have, yeah, and then near Cottage Grove we have 1/2 inch. And then, there we go. All right, so yeah, this storm is still producing large hail. So let's see what we get from this. See how it behaves as it rolls in. Do have our escape route plugged into the GPS, so when it's time to move, we can get out of here quickly. I might hop out and set up a time lapse of this thing. Waukesha County is in line with this storm. The storm is going to be moving into Waukesha County within the next hour. And then this is not the only storm that we're concerned about. We do have another line of storms immediately behind this one that also will be bringing the possibility for a hail potential and that strong wind potential. I'm gonna get out there and send out a tweet just so people know we are in front of this storm. We are live on it. All right, get a tweet out. Through southern Wisconsin. Also, let me attach the, gotta get the link to the live stream here. There we go. Copy the link to the stream. Post. Oh wow, we had there's reports from, not sure where this is, but one of my storm chaser friends just in our group chat just sent me a picture of somewhere in Wisconsin, a car with a smashed back windshield. So if that gives you any idea of what these storms are doing. Will the atmosphere be able to reset for the storms to develop this afternoon? That is a great question. These storms are moving through a little bit later and are a bit stronger than anticipated. So it's possible that Wisconsin at least misses out on the later round of storms. However, we might have more development down in Illinois this afternoon. So I might make my way down to northern Illinois once we're done with this storm. All right. Open up. Just while we're here, I'm going to take a look at the new models just to kind of get a handle on that afternoon round really quickly. Then I'll pop back into chat and see what's going on. Yeah, the forecast models just kind of have a couple cells moving through Illinois this afternoon. It does have a few, it tries to fire a few smaller storms up in Wisconsin, but what do I think for Illinois? It looks, at least I'm just kind of glancing at the models right now, so I don't really have time to do a deep dive, but it looks like kind of between Chicago down towards Springfield is kind of that area that looks to be where the storms are going to fire in Illinois this afternoon. We are starting to see our leading edge of this squall line now moving in. So I'm going to hop out really quickly and set up a camera to time lapse this. And then we are going to have to be proactive with moving around here because it's working in pretty quick. Here's our storm, just ahead of it. I'm gonna get out a tripod here. Man, look at that. That is a dark storm, ominous. Here, so we're gonna get our shots pretty quick and then we're gonna have to get out of here. Set this camera right. How about that? Yeah, that's solid. There we go. Focus. Locked in. All right. Got our camera set up outside as this thing moves in here. Do I only chase in Wisconsin and Illinois? Yeah, usually that's kind of where I like to chase. I mean, a few times a year I make farther or longer trips, sometimes Iowa. A couple years ago, me and my dad, we did a trip out west towards like Wyoming and Nebraska. I do want to do a few few longer chases at some point this year. So that is on the to-do list. Get some longer trips. We do have a couple other reports trickling in of hailstones up to golf ball size. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of time to sit here. So, escape route is locked in, so when it comes time to move, it's just hopping on this road and getting out of here. Oh, look at that. Wow. That is a mean, mean storm. I'm going to set up the 360 camera. We have time. Then after that, it's probably gonna be time to start moving. Alright, 360 camera is up and running. Yeah, look at how green that is. That is a green, green storm. A lot of lightning, too. That is pretty wild. We're gonna have to get ready to move soon. Alright, time to get moving. We gotta stay ahead of this. Let's keep going. Loading up. Close this door. 360 cameras running. Get this camera in the car. All right, should be recording on the roof camera here. All right, light, turn red. I want to keep moving. I want to keep moving. Very green storm. I just need a green light. Come on. Give me a green. There we go. I was worried we were gonna lose it. Waiting at a red light. All right, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. We gotta start. Yeah, if you look behind, say, pretty mean, very, very mean. All right. Is our audio roboting? Are we having audio problems? Might have been a connection because we're just because of this storm might be interfering with our signal a little bit. We gotta pick it up a bit. Yeah, there it is behind us. That's our hail. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning just to my south that's working its way up towards Walker. That is part of this storm that is warned for 2 3/4 inch hailstones, 2.75 inch hail observed just to my south near Edgerton. Camera just this those pan the camera down a little bit. Looks like snow on the ground in Evansville. Evansville just went through a kind of the meat of this storm further south. Working its way right on this one's tail. So we'll probably intercept this one, then work our way back west for that other storm. Bill in here. Safely behind this storm. What type of hail did you guys get? Let's do some crowdsourcing here. It's safely behind the storm. Hazard for you to step outside. What type of hail is sitting out there? Keep moving east. Curious to know if this severe thunderstorm warning is going to get extended here. Behind the trees, it'll have a look. Pretty crazy looking storm. Pea-sized hail in Watertown right now. Yeah, it seems like the northern end of this storm is starting to lose steam. I think that very southern end might be where our, looks like it's where our bigger hail threat is. Yeah, the storm just went through Watertown. It's Oconomowoc is up next. And then from there south, Whitewater. Between Oconomowoc and Whitewater, that's next in line. Whoa! Big lightning strike, just to the right of the car. Point the camera straight back again. Yeah, I'm glad we decided to use 94 because we would have had a hard time staying in front of this on those county roads. I'm almost tempted to head towards Wales and let this thing core us. Find a gas station or somewhere. Or maybe we make our way more towards Waukesha. Yeah, severe thunderstorm warning has been extended all the way to Milwaukee. Still warned for 2 inches or hail. Yeah, you guys on stream, be sure to hit the likes and subscribe button because we are, like I've been saying, we're the only ones live in front of this thing. We're the only ones with a live shot of the storm itself. So you guys are getting one-of-a-kind coverage. We are tracking this storm community by community, showing you real-time where it is. We're just passing to the south of Oconomowoc right now. You can see the storm is getting ready to work its way on in here. stuff on YouTube is we can communicate with one another. So it's not just me helping with the coverage today. You guys at home are also helping with it. I mean, we've been seeing real time in our live chat. Quick reset of the stream. Did that fix the audio problem? Hopefully that fixed it. Problem solved. Not roboting anymore. Yeah, we got 100 people tuned in right now. Absolutely insane. Right, audio's good. Awesome. Solid. Or no, another quick reset of the stream. How about now? This dude is right on my butt. Fixed, all better? Awesome. Solid. All right. Sounds good. Audio is back up and rolling again. Behind the trees right now, but pretty cool. Pretty gnarly storm. I'd really love, I think we're gonna find our plan now is to find a gas station somewhere kind of safe where we can hunker down and get some shots of this as it moves in and let it overtake us, see what type of hail we get. And we have another storm behind this one. This is not the only storm. There still is another round moving into Madison right now. Madison's getting a second round of severe strong storms. This storm is starting to lose steam, thankfully, as it heads towards towards Milwaukee and Waukesha, starting to taper off. Weak signals, yeah, that's what happens when you have these big storms. Sometimes it just messes up the internet connection. It does help that we are running 2 internet connections right now. I have a Starlink and then the cellular. So that's helping to keep the stream going. Starting to get some rain here. Thunderstorm warnings are being issued for that storm making its way through Madison. We have another line behind this one. This is just part 1. We have a second round working its way in, and we might have more this afternoon. Parking lot. And there's also a quick trip that we can use. Got this guy behind me with no lights on. Not a good idea to be driving through a storm like this without your headlights. This quick trip up here is going to be our spot to document this thing and ride it out. And then we'll head east for the second half of this line. Check out in front of us. Alright, here it comes. Here it comes. About to get overtaken. So we got all these semis stopped in here. do is go into the quick trip, get some video. Oh yeah, here comes the hail. You can hear it. This very, very rainy. Yeah, where we're sitting at, no hail right here. We're just outside of Waukesha. Just strong rain, or heavy rain, and some strong winds. But we do have another line of storms working its way in. We might head for those. Looks like this starting to taper off. I think we're gonna we might head east towards this next little line. North and east. New problem. The door is leaking. Go. That problem solved. Wow. This warning got upgraded for destructive. Or I just got a notification on my phone for something. Alright. Leak problem. That's that Sullivan, I'm guessing. East and north for this second round. Where is this headed? Up towards Ash. Look at that. Everyone's piling in. First thump. Here it comes. Starting to hear those thunks. That's what everyone's hiding from. Alright, there we go. Problem solved. Okay, we got a new storm that's firing to our south, heading towards Burlington. I kind of want to check that out. It's kind of by itself. It might be a nice little elevated supercell for us to go observe. Let's go check that storm out, down to the south. All right, let's back out of here. Slowly. Slow, slow, slow. That's the name of the game. And who knows, maybe the Starlink will kick back on. Out BMW. There we go. All right, Waukesha is in the clear now with this storm. We're gonna work our way south. It looks like there's a little cell trying to get going. So we're gonna head down and see what that's all about. On the move. Get to the south of this town. And I'm just going to go through. I'm not going to have enough time to stop. Alright. Starlink finally came back online. Box for the streaming computer is cooking right now, trying to get some cold air back there for it. need some type of water cooling computer tower. That might be a move. I wouldn't be opposed to something like that. Take a right here. Sorry, I can't really read the chat right now. I gotta lock in on these roads really quickly. There's got 1-inch hail in Oconomowoc right now. We have this other squall line that's working its way on in. We might see what this is all about. Is that right now or was that a while ago? No, that was recent. Alright, we got another line of storms producing 1-inch diameter hail in Oconomowoc. We are working our way towards. Stay on this road. Look at that. I'll stay on these like side streets as this storm works its way on in. The GoPro just decided to turn on its own. Good to know we have a ghost in the car. Jefferson got nailed pretty good. We might check out this storm and head towards Jefferson. I want to see what some of this hail damage looks like. Sky up there is very, very green. This next round that's working its way through. know a good field down here I'm gonna go towards and check this out. Problem is I'm not in the turning lane, so I'm gonna have to go up and make a U-turn. Alright, we're gonna get up here and make a U-turn, and then we're gonna take this road south. I know there's a field up here that we can set up at and watch the second storm. I'm gonna let this car go by before I crank a U-turn. There we go. Alright, let's check out this storm. See what it's thinking. Going in for round 2. Let's see what we got. Pretty cool shelf cloud behind us. Check that out. Check out that shelf. Big mean shelf cloud on this thing. Very blue. It's a deep blue storm. Wow. That thing is looking wild out there. Check that out. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Up here. Let's pull off in this area. So pull off in here. And we will get some shots of this thing. Look at that. Pretty interesting to see. It's got to be some of the craziest skies I've ever seen out here. That is wild. That is wild. That is crazy looking. That is one crazy looking storm. Crazy blue. Look at that. Oh, that is insane. Check that out. Holy smoke. That is some of the wildest skies I've seen. Absolutely. That is crazy. Look at that shelf. Big shelf working in. That is wild. I'm gonna get some photos of that. Check that shelf cloud out, guys. Pretty good. Pretty good. Bats. You guys see that thing? that out. Ryan's in here. How's it going, Ryan? Sorry, I stepped away from the mic really quickly. How's it going, Ryan? Good to see ya. I just want to pan the camera a little bit so that you guys can see the edge of the shelf a bit better, but look at that. Oh, lost it. Look at that thing. Get some pictures really quickly. All right, here comes the rain. That was pretty crazy. That was absolutely wild. And door closed. All right, let's roll out. Wow, that was so cool. That thing came fast. Rolled right through. Yeah, precip's overtaking us now. Switch back to our dash camera here. All right. I don't really know if there's any like hail on this thing. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot. There's some of the last radar I've seen. Maybe there is. Okay, we're gonna move up. Here it comes. Here comes the wind. It's definitely windy. Wow. That was really cool. That was a top 5 shelf cloud. You just saw that. You all just saw that live. I mean, there's no other chasers in Wisconsin that have a live shot like that today. take up refuge under a gas station awning again. There's a quick trip up here, just in case there is some big hail. I also do want to get video of this wind, so I just want to find somewhere kind of where we can stay dry and film from. That was absolutely insane. Yeah, Ryan, I appreciate you tweeting that out. We got a ton of people in here. Yeah, all you guys liking the stream, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Bethany, I am indeed geeking. That is very true. That was so cool. Glad I got to show that all to you live. What I want to do now is just kind of find somewhere where I can film this wind and rain. Because I haven't gotten that shot yet today. At least a good shot of it. Good stable shot. Here we go. We got a quick trip up here. We'll use this. Take advantage of the quick trip here. Use this as our filming location. And this one isn't packed full. Awesome. I mean, it's pretty full, but it's not that bad. Quick trip here. I think I just went in the wrong way. Oops. Oh well. No harm, no foul. I don't think anyone's gonna get up in arms over me going in the quick trip the wrong direction. Pull up in here. So I want to film some of this wind as it works its way on through. I wonder if we're going to get any hail out of this. Let's see. Let's see what we get. It's definitely rainy. It's raining. I don't think we're in the heavy precip yet. I think we're still a little bit out from it. Yeah, we pulled ahead of the main core a tad. So we'll see what happens as this thing gets closer. Whistling Tomb, in your hometown, got a new subscriber, thank you, appreciate it. Means a lot, especially since we're the only ones live on this thing. Oh yeah, here comes the hail. I see a few stones out there. I'm gonna back in a tad. Yeah, it's hailing out there. It's not anything crazy, but we do have some hailstones. Oh yeah, here they come. Here comes the hail. You can hear it. They're bouncing off the hood. This gas station is going to fill up. Oh yeah, here they come. Here comes the hail. Look at them bounce off the hood. They're skipping hailstones. They're not anything big, they're pea-sized, but still fun to see. We might get a little bigger here. Oh yeah, here they come. Here they come. Yeah, here comes the hail. Small stuff. Once again, the gas station is filling up. And just like that, it's done. Is that really it? Way that was done. Got a radar update. This might be it. Rain though. Oh yeah, this storm's kind of fizzling out. We're in like a weird gap right now, like between two hail cores. Ryan's in here. Yeah, we got pea-sized hail out there. Where's the massive hail? The massive hail was farther west at like 5 a.m. and I was still asleep. Yeah, it's just the small stuff out here now. I do want to make my way out towards Evansville and just kind of check out the damage there. I hear they got nailed pretty good by this storm. Same thing with Jefferson. So we may work our way down there and just kind of look and see what happened. Look and see what these storms did. Let's work I kind of want to work my way, let's work our way towards Evansville. We're going to head towards where the big hail was falling earlier today and check out the damage out there. I think that's our game plan. Let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna plug. We want to go towards Jefferson. That's gonna be our first stop. Apparently they had some big stuff out there. We were in Jefferson when we started the stream. All right. All right. Oh, just as I pull out, here comes the hail. Oh, and it's big. It's actually like really big hail. There we go. Back in. Nope, don't want to go out there. I'll give that a second. That was weird. It was like this little burst of... I mean, it wasn't anything big. It was like pea-sized, but... still. Caught me by surprise a bit. Okay, now that we're out of that, let's start going. Like that, the roads empty out. Almost out of this thing. Almost in the clear for this morning round. Lovely day of weather we have. Wisconsin is the spot right now. Starting to work our way out of the rain. We're good to turn. Check that out. Clear skies. This could be our potential fuel for this afternoon. What I might do is, depending on how things are going, I might end the stream for a few hours, and then we'll see how the afternoon round is firing, and then maybe we'll start the stream again if we can get another round of storms, but not ending the stream anytime soon yet. If you want to head towards Jefferson and check out the hail damage down there. Apparently, like, Jefferson to Evansville was nailed by this thing. Windshield wiper broken. Live in Chicago, are you cooked? Chicago is missing this morning round of storms. There may be some action later this afternoon if we can get a round 2 to develop. But this morning round was a bit stronger than forecasted, so we'll see. Work our way west towards the where this storm really had its teeth. Why am I using radar scope? I'm using radar scope because I can just easily get it on my phone. That's why. Chat. Now that we're kind of in a lull, how's everyone doing? How'd you guys like those storms? I had fun. Nothing like cruising around, enjoying the weather. Your dog didn't have fun? Yeah, I'm sure my dogs weren't having the greatest time. The skies are clear. Now we see if we get around two. Rivers of hail in Oconomowoc. Yeah, on radar it looks like Oconomowoc just got dumped on. Maps, which way are you taking me? Real quick, slow down. Why does it say I'm going 50? I'm going 40, bro. I'll admit it, that was fast. I wasn't going 50. I'm not blistering through town here. Bro, I gotta take a left. Go in front of me. Thanks, dude. All right. All right. Now we're on the right course, the right track. I wonder if we'll see some hail fog as we kind of approach the track of this storm. out there to where the larger stones were. A couple years ago, we had a big hailstorm in Oconomowoc. The hail was sitting on the ground like all night. It took forever for it all to melt. So we'll see how much is piled up out here. Then again, we did just have 2 rounds of storms, so it's possible that the rain from that second round melted it. One of the bros, good buddy of mine. Are nice and clear-ish. We'll see if we get round 2 this afternoon. Might be a bit of a gamble, but who knows. We'll head over to Jefferson, get some shots over there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to end the stream for a little bit. I'm going to stop back up home and kind of get things recharged. Then I'm going to make a forecast and decide kind of what I want to do for round 2, if we get a round 2. If anything, the second round will probably be in Illinois, which I'm not opposed to heading all the way down there. I got nothing better to do. Wisconsin. That's where we're at. On the hunt for hail. Any hail that's been left behind. Bits of trees laying in the road. see the storm behind us on the dome. Pointed backwards. Yep, there it is. There's the storm. Backside of it. Those anvils kind of spreading out. Did I get any sleep? I did get sleep last night, don't worry. Slept for about 6 hours. Got my sleep. Not a lot of it, but enough. Enough to get running for today. Out here. I wonder if we're starting to get into some of the wow, check that out. I wonder if this is all hail fog. It might be. I don't see any hail out here, but it might have cooled things down enough where it's foggy. Or we're just getting into where all the big hail was. Check that out. Pretty wild to see all the fog. I know where we are. I know where I am now. I've been here before. Rained. Definitely rained. Might plug the mic back in just so you guys can hear me. Alright, is our mic running? You guys hear me a bit better? This way when we if we find somewhere where we want to stop, we can, you guys can still hear me because of the wireless microphone. Get that cable out of the camera. Man, it's really foggy. Check this out. We've entered the twilight zone. It's all fog. in where apparently the worst of it was. Here we are heading into Sullivan, moving into Sullivan, Wisconsin. See a whole lot of damage out here. Alright. Microphone's a bit loud. That's the problem with this microphone. It has like some weird automatic leveling feature, so like when I'm not talking it focuses on whatever like the ambient noise is, and then when I start talking all of a sudden I'm really loud because the microphone has to recognize that I'm talking, and then it'll gradually lower the audio. But just how it goes. I do want to upgrade it at some point to one of the DJI microphones. See all like the twigs and stuff that are laying down. Let's see, Google Maps. Go this way. There you go. Last time I drove through here, there was a big pine tree, our first chase of the year. I'm gonna have to change my socks at some point. My socks are all wet. Wet socks are the worst socks. Models are being consistent of maybe some storms this afternoon along the Illinois border. So that might be our next play. We'll head down there later today. Out here. There's a copper up there. Waiting for people to come flying over this hill. Keep going straight. Doing the Wisconsin tour right now. I think they had it pretty good out here. There's some couple small tree limbs, nothing crazy. Nothing too bad. still interested today in Abilene, Texas. I know they have the severe weather chance down in the Oklahoma, Texas region today. I just haven't had a whole lot of time to look at it. Pretty sure some of my other chaser friends are down there today. Cranes on the side of the road. Wisconsin tour. Yep, we're taking the scenic way. Scenic route towards the apparently they had baseball-sized hail reported near Jefferson, so I want to head down and check that out. See if there's any damage left behind that we can document. And if not, oh well. Prefer there to be no damage. Google Maps, what do we got? across the road. That's what we got. Well, here's Jefferson. More reports of some larger hailstones out here. Not seeing any signs of it. Case, I think what we may do is find somewhere to stop and run the stream. End it for now. Here. This place looked familiar to you guys. We did our first live storm chase of the year out here back in March, early March. Get on the other side of town here, or by the freeway, so I can loop my way back up home for a little bit, and I can come up with a game plan for if we're gonna go for round 2, and where would we go. I haven't checked chat in a while. What's going on in chat? Big hail just went through Racine. Yeah, that storm's still going. I'm pretty sure it's moving off over the lake now, but it hung out over there for a while. That's why they have they have a flash flood warning for Milwaukee right now. Find somewhere where we can stop, and we'll wrap things up for now. side road or somewhere where I can pull over. A little bit. Here's the drive-in. Wonder if we can pull in here. In the stream. Yeah, that's someone's driveway. Pull off here. Yeah, let's pull off right here really quickly. Just for a brief moment. All right. Well, with that, everyone, appreciate all you guys who tuned in for this morning round of storm chasing. This is just potentially round one. I do have my eyes set on maybe a second round later this evening in the afternoon, but we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna head back home for a little bit and make a forecast and decide what I want to do. Let me pull up my YouTube studio here. Stream. If it'll load. Dashboard. There we go. All right. But with that, I really want to thank you guys for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna head back home really quickly and evaluate the current models, the current environment, just so I can kind of get a handle of what I want to do next. Maybe we'll head further south. Maybe we'll hang out up here. We'll see what happens. But I'll keep you guys posted, and then I'll probably make another stream page in a little bit later today. But with that, thank you all again for tuning in. Really appreciate your guys' support, and hopefully I'll catch you guys later this afternoon. So stay weather aware, and see you guys later. See you soon. That's